Alright, hi everybody, it's BonkCon922. I just watched Guilty Crown, episode 12. This one was called, Rebirth. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this might have been the final episode of the series. 12? 12 episodes? I don't know. It was a great episode, great, spectacular, in all its glory. But there are several things that were not mentioned and not explained. Number one, how is it and I'll get into it, I'll probably do another video after this about this, but let's get to the review. Okay, episode 12, Guilty Crown, looks like final episode. Let's get into it. Okay, basically in the beginning beginning is basically a guy's just been slashed by this guy. I don't know his name. But I do know the doctor's name that was, the scientist that was behind it all. Suchiro. Dr. Suchiro. I think that's his name. And basically, he slashed this guy. The one, and Guy is talking to him, and he's basically telling him, "You don't remember who I was?" And then Shu gets a flashback in his mind, and he realizes that there's this image of this kid that he remembered from his childhood. That apparently him and his sister Mana saved. Older sister saved. And so we go into the actual episode, and that was before the credits rolled. Opening credits. And basically he tells Shu, go after him, go through that gate. So he's running the hell out and going through that gate. And then this kid who captured Inori makes Shu confront his memories from the Lost Christmas. And we basically get the memories of when the little kid, by the way, the little kid I told you about, that you saw, that I just talked about, that, Mana and Shu's older sister Mana and him saved. Okay. That little kid was Guy. So basically, all you're basically seeing now is the flashbacks of Guy, Shu's older sister Mana, and himself. And basically, it tells the tale of how, Shu had a really nice summer with his older sister, and his friend. And Shu's older sister called the guy Triton, which basically means that it has to refer to the fact that he came from the sea. And it gets really fucking creepy with Shu's older sister, because she starts getting the disease on her neck, that crystallized disease, the virus on her neck, and she goes really psycho on Guy and everything, and saying how, and she wants to marry Shu. Really crazy. And basically what's happening is you're seeing the flashbacks of this event, and what happens is, while that's going on, Shu is able to get out of this predicament that he's already in. He gets transported to this place where he sees the guy who started it all, the doctor, Suchiro, and Inori's propped up, and she's got a veil over her. He's going to marry her or something like that. And while that's going on, the guy who kidnapped Inori is there, and he says, you stay put, you can't move, don't do anything funny. And while that's going on, all of a sudden, he's trapped with all those crystals and everything. You see these eyeballs looking at him, and it's his sister, because his sister's up there, but as spirit. So what ends on happening is she's about to use one of the crystals to hit him in the eye, shoot in the eye, and then Guy shows up. And then we get this whole altercation, and then And then, he tells Shu, run, 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 and he's running, and Guy and him are cornered. Ayase is there too in the robot, but she gets defeated, and they're cornered. And he's telling him, remember what happened on, Lost Christmas 2000 in the year 2029. So he's remembering, and he remembers what happened. What happened on that day was Guy was to meet Shu in the church because he wanted to tell him the truth behind his older sister, Mana, what she was. But he didn't show up. Mana showed up instead. And so Mana gives Guy this gun to shoot at the star, and he shoots it and hits himself in the eye with it. And then what happens is, and you look in her eyes, and her eyes are like red. She looks totally psycho. And what ends on happening is Shu shows up, and he's like, oh, why is he bleeding, And then he looks at his sister, and he can see the crystals on the side of her skin area here, and he's like, get away from me, you monster! And that's what happened on that event. And basically, Mana exploded. The virus it went completely out of control, and that's how Lost Christmas happened. Because of that event. That's how it happened. She just destroyed everything with the virus, and then destroyed herself as well. And then we get the whole story, and then you have this scene where, also in the flashback, the young guy leaves, and he's going to try to get stronger like Shu, and so on and so forth. And that's what happened. And from there, they go back to the real reality, and Shu takes out Guy's void and gives it to him to use. And then, at that point, they destroy the crystals, and they're able to go up there and save Inori from this ceremony that's going on, this marriage ceremony. So Guy starts shooting. He's able to destroy it, and then that doctor's about to stop him, but then the kid who's there says, "No, you failed," and he puts his finger on his head, and he falls down, and then Guy runs, and he's about to destroy her to put her back to sleep, Mana, but he gets stabbed, and then he tells Shu, "You have to destroy us. You have to do it," and then he does it. And that's pretty much how it concludes. Then there's a scene with him crying and everything, and with Inori, and there's also another scene with also Mana and Guy, and they disappear. And then you have this scene also with Inori, and Shu's carrying her, and he says, Guy saying thank you to you. I mean, a lot of shit happened in this episode, and that's how it ended. From what I'm understanding, that was the final episode. I mean, I had a feeling. I really, really had a feeling that after episode 10 and then after episode 11, it came out with this episode, I thought, wait a minute. This is too good to be true. There is no way on God's given earth they can have 22 episodes. I mean, that's what we all was told. We all were told. Personally, I think I know what happened. I think by episode 7 or 8, or 5, the directors were changed. They changed directors, and they went in a different direction. So this was a lie. They lied to us. 22 episodes? Yeah, right. Can't pull that off. Not the way episode 10 and 11 ended. You had a feeling 12 was probably going to be the kicker. But regardless, even though it was a short series, and if this is the last episode, I really don't give a shit. I'm giving this out of 5. This was a good episode, good finale, a lot of action, a lot of interesting things happening. But now we got the whole 411 on Shu and his sister. But the only thing that was the one plot hole that wasn't explained. How is Guy older than Shu? That was never explained. Because it seems to me like Shu was older than Guy. when Guy was a kid, when Guy was younger, was a child. So, I mean, I could be wrong. He could have. Guy might have been a little older, maybe, but I just, it didn't click. But regardless, this was a good show. Very good watch, Guilty Crown. If this is the final episode, so be it. But regardless, it was a good show. I mean, I don't think, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if it's a long series or short series. I mean, regardless, if the action is good, the plot is good, and everything clicks, and the characters are interesting, yeah, I go for it. The only thing is that whole thing about Guy. Just put me off for a loop. Like, really? You're not gonna explain how Guy is older than Shu, yet in the past he's younger than him? Very creepy. But anyway, that's the story. Good episode, good series, Guilty Crown. If anybody wants to know what I think about this series, this is a must watch. It is a must watch. Regardless what you have to think about the show. What do you think? Must watch. IG Productions, great job. Great job. So, yeah. I'm just disappointed that they stopped it in 12 episodes. I mean, we were promised 22. I mean, come on. Alright. But we'll see. This has been Bonkai 922. Guilty Crown for the fucking motherfucking win.